Guys, you got to get in here fast. We're going to start immediately. This is a suggestion via a channel member. This is happening right now, roughly 10 minutes ago. Let's jump into it.
Fox's Trey Yingst is live in Tel Aviv with all the latest. Trey.
Brian, good evening. The Iranians continue to target major Israeli population centers with salvos of ballistic missiles. Just a few minutes ago, Tel Aviv was targeted. Take a look. Right now,
are you just standing there?
Ballistic missiles being fired at Israel's second largest city of Tel Aviv. Currently, missile defense systems are working to shoot down the incoming fire. We are going to take some cover here.
Yeah, bro.
As this unfolds.
The story's
you
not.
You can see in the distance interceptor rounds coming off, trying to shoot down.
The tripod.
Pull it off the tripod.
Right.
And let's move inside.
Immediately.
The flash there in the sky, explosions overhead. And again, this is the third barrage. Brian, this has been the scene throughout the day, not only here in Tel Aviv, but across this country. The Israelis say they have taken out 40% of the ballistic missile launchers, and every hour there are dozens of Israeli jets over the Iranian capital of Tehran and surrounding areas.
Guys, look
Tonight,
at this
the
wreckage.
IDF is telling civilians in the capital of Tehran, in some places, they must evacuate immediately. Tonight, the Israeli Security Cabinet held an assessment as the region waits to see whether or not the United States will get directly involved in this conflict.
Yeah, guys, we already know they're getting directly involved. I mean, Trump already warned for everyone to basically get out of Tehran if you're there, right? Like, run immediately. China is also now telling everyone at the Chinese embassy in Iran that it is time to literally leave. Do not leave via air. Try your hardest to get out of Iran right now by land.
Brian?
So, Trey, it's safe to say that Iran needs the night. Does the IDF need the night?
The IDF operates throughout the day. I spoke earlier with an Israeli fighter pilot, and he said since the beginning of this war, the Israelis have taken out most of the Iranian air defense on the way to the capital of Tehran. He said they can operate freely when and where they want. This gives Israel the ability to go after more of the nuclear sites, target top IRGC officials that they haven't already killed, and control the skies. We expect this to expand in the hours and days ahead. And again, that X factor about possible American involvement.
Trey,
Yeah, that's coming.
I know with you covering the bombings and the working of the Iron Dome and all the surrounding missile defenses, I'm wondering if you have a sense of how the president's toughening tone is resonating inside Israel. He's not talking about a ceasefire. He's talking about a real end. He's talking about blown opportunities. It didn't have to be this way. But it seems as though he's talking a little bit more about we and less about just Israel.
I've noticed that also.
Absolutely. And look, the Israeli people are listening. There was massive support for the Israeli strike against Iran that started on Friday morning, taking out parts of their nuclear program and going after top IRGC officials. But I think back to over the weekend when we were at one of these sites that was targeted with an Iranian ballistic missile as they were digging through the debris, looking for survivors trapped under the rubble. And I spoke with a former IDF spokesman there, and he called on President Trump to get involved in the fight because he said this is not a battle between Israel and Iran. This is a battle between the entire free world and Iran.
And it looks like,
yeah, guys, yeah. I don't blame the fact that everyone is basically now going so hard. I would say, but based off of some of the new information that you guys have helped me with, kind of understand during the last video, it makes all the sense in the world that we kind of not allow specifically Iran to, partake in any type of nuclear anything. I don't think that's a great idea. With all of the chants that they do basically make on a regular basis, kind of regarding Israel, kind of regarding the West in general, the United States of America, right? The beast, if that makes any sense here. And then all the burning of our flags and things like this. Yeah, guys, I'm not sure. Generally the First Amendment basically covers the concept of flag burning, let's say, but these individuals are not doing it for the sole purpose of protesting. You get what I'm saying here, guys? I'm not a super fan of the burning of our flags, period. But specifically when it's happening in a foreign nation, and a foreign nation that is looking to kind of procure as much power as humanly possible so they can make a serious attempt to basically demolish us and the entire West, yeah, I'm not a fan. Right. So based off of this new information, again, I definitely back the concept of making sure these individuals do not progress past where they are. That makes any sense here. It sounds terrible, bro. I know it sounds terrible, but I'm at the risk and to the detriment of our nation. Forget it, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan.
Iran, this is a battle between the entire free world and Iran.
And it looks like, according to the German chancellor, sources we have at the White House, that the president is really considering taking part in this campaign when it comes to their nuclear program. I also found out that it looks like the Iranians have reached out about reigniting talks, according to a source close to the White House. I don't know how interested the president is.
He's not anymore.
Thanks so much.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah, the thing about it, referring to coming to the table, pretty sure Trump recently said there is no more table, bro. Like, there's no more table. It's a little bit too disrespectful. We're not going to sit here and allow you to, speak about us in this manner, period. We do have the power to completely take this out. Take out the let's say the deep bunker, right, that you guys have about 300 feet beneath a mountain. So what Trump is doing, he's moving things into position. I spoke to my wife's I guess my brother-in-law, right? I spoke to him this morning. He lives in the south of Spain, near the U.S. military base named Rota. Now, what's interesting is that he follows a lot of like military type of activity, and I remember he just told me that he's starting to see a lot of American planes, leave out of Rota and go to an unnamed location, right? And so I'm just like, oh no, things are mobilizing, because we're starting to see a lot of warplanes starting to move even from the United States of America. Now, keep this in mind, guys. We do have the technology and the firepower, let's say, via MOPs or bunker busters, right, to absolutely stop this immediately. So, yeah, we're involved now. And, of course, with the President of the United States of America telling the people of Tehran that it's time for you to leave, I think that's enough information for the world to be like, uh-oh, America's in this now. Okay, like, understand what's going on here. This definitely looks like we are going to experience some massive kerfuffle to the level of WW2, let's say, again. I do think that this time it's going to be, fought differently, let's say. I don't think that there's going to be that much of loss of Americans' lives, let's say, or ally lives, let's say, right? But it's going to be a lot of technology, and we have the tech. Okay, we definitely have the tech to stop this. So I do hope that whatever is going to happen is just doesn't prolong itself. Let's say I definitely do not want any type of like massive economic recession to hit the United States of America. I think it's bad enough in terms of inflation, and people cannot afford to live already. So the last thing we need to do is make it harder for Americans to kind of survive in the United States of America. We do know that, based off of history, that most likely this will be fought in Europe, because that's just where they normally tend to have these WWs, let's say. But I just don't want any of this, guys, right? I just want this to be over as fast as humanly possible, so we can kind of go back to normal life and not like the threat of this thing consistently like looming over us, guys. I'm sure you guys agree with me. Hopefully you guys aren't a bunch of war hawks, even though we have a couple of war hawks in the comments regularly. Bro, I get it. Do you have stock in some random weapons manufacturer, bro? Listen, human life is more important than money. I'm sorry. I'm anti the concept of unnecessarily doing all these weirdo things. We just need to get this done. All right, let's get it done fast. Obviously, they're going to utilize some type of MOP. We know this here. The Nimitz class, ships are being basically sent into the Middle East. So we already know. Okay, and keep in mind, the last time the Nimitz class ship was used, specifically that one that's being sent, was in the kerfuffle in the 80s with Iran the last time. So this is a absolutely interesting thing that's happening here. I think they're doing it on purpose. But either way, listen, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. All right? I'll catch you guys later.